What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's another Thursday night, wonderful Thursday night. Here where we talk about the world of sports with no hot takes, no nonsense. Talking with real sports fans, man. So with that said, going to left and right on my screen, we'll start with the hockey dude. Dan, what's up? Hey, Dan, the All-Star games down here this way this weekend. What's going on, brother? How are you, sir?
Doing good. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's well.
Good. Appreciate you, Dan. Mike Mills, what's going on there, sir? What's happening, brother? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. Enjoying this rainy, quiet Thursday.
Rainy, quiet Thursday, man. That's awesome, man. We got a lot of things to get into when it comes to the world of sports. We got we'll get to that in a second. We got NHL. Dan will start us off with hockey. Ryan will come slip in here in a little bit with the NBA. We also will talk about the NFL upcoming week of some of the Tom Brady retired. Yep, Tom Brady retired. I think he's done for real. Sean Payton, new coach of the Broncos, and then you got Demeco Ryan, who took the job with the Texans. Hey, we got the angry one. The angry one. What's up, brother? How are you, sir? What's going on? How are you? Salute.
Salute. Another happy Thursday in the land of the Chasers, Sports Chasers. Toxic Dan, Mike Mills. I see y'all in the building. What's good, man? I see V-Lack in the comments, man. This is why we here, man. Let's go.
He's butthurt. I'm wearing this hat because his heels got whooped twice this year.
We will talk about.
We'll get into that later.
Well, we'll talk about college basketball here in a little bit. V-Lack, what's up, my brother? What's good? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in to us. Like I said, if you like this podcast and you're looking at us right now, share it with somebody. Let them know that, hey, we're here live every Thursday. And if you miss us on Thursday, hey, you can go to YouTube. You can go to our podcast channel. We're here everywhere. So, my main man, Ryan DeSouza, our NBA contributor. What's going on, my brother? What's happening, sir?
I'm literally just getting home, man. Just getting on.
Okay.
Yeah. So see if y'all see.
Same here, bro. It's all good.
We're gonna let you just get yourself acclimated. We're gonna start with the NHL first, so then we'll you. How about that? Sounds
perfect,
good.
Perfect, man. Hey, and to be honest with you guys gonna have to inform me on who made the All-Star team because I was driving. I don't even know. Kind of, they just announced the reserve.
We got you, brother.
Nobody good. You ain't missing nothing.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you ain't missing nothing, man.
You ain't missing nothing. Nobody good.
Yo, man, y'all leave my NBA contributor alone, man. Man, y'all are messed up. Yo, I'll let you back here, Ryan.
Hell, he do more contributing to the actual NBA, so we got to give him some love.
Yeah, at least he ain't taking load management.
Oh, yeah, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Y'all are sick. Y'all made me lose my train of thought. Yes, Mike Mills, he'll come with the college hoops. We'll talk about that. Hey, college sports and NIL. Nick Saban, he told two guys to get the hell on with your $1 million deal. He was like, nah. So we'll talk about that. Again, thanks for all those that are watching. That's where I was at before all of that stuff went on. Those for watching. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, like I said, if you miss us, you can catch the downloads. We're on all major podcast platforms. And also, if you want to holler at us, let me bring it up here real quick. You can also, it's scrolling on the screen. You can visit us at our website. We got our own website. Visit us at sportschaserspodcast.net. Down there below. Yes, Michael used to have that job, and the ticker took over. I'm glad.
Thank God. I'm all for outsourcing. Let's get it. Somebody need a job somewhere. I'm glad the ticker in business.
So we got the lower left and we got the ticker. So yes, visit us our website. We got our own legit website, sportschaserspodcast.net. You can look at some of our blog posts. You can also look at click on the last episodes that we had, old episodes. You want to go how we used to be and how we are now. Man, we came a long way. Ain't that right, fellas? We came a long way. So check us out. Give us a shout or holler. We welcome all stuff. Hey, and if you want to holler at us, you can email us at info@sportschaserspodcast.net. Michael is not there, so he can't point, but I'll point down the screen. You can see me. I'm pointing at the screen. We all pointing at the screen. Email us. You want to be a guest? You want to be a super fan? Whatever it is, you can email us. You can go on the website. You can do all of that, man. So now that I got all of the stuff, no, I got one other thing. One other thing before we go to Dan with Hockey, because we can go to Dan with Hockey. Hey, I had an amazing weekend. Excuse me. In Orlando, I went to the Podfest Expo in Orlando at the Renaissance Hotel. It was from Wednesday to this past Sunday, man. I had an amazing weekend meeting other podcasters from every other genre. And it was really cool to meet other people that, have passion about what their subject matter is and what they want to talk about. And shout out to Podfest Expo for putting on an amazing conference where you had industry experts, seeing how they did their thing, man, and to get some insight and get some good information from them. It was really, really good, man. So shout out to Podfest Expo, man. So no, we're not. I'm just getting that out the way because we got a lot to talk about. I can't stand you, Mike. Whatever, man. Dan, go ahead, man. Dan, go. We got a private chat here on our screen, and Mike just said something crazy. Anyway, go ahead, Dan. Dan's with hockey. We need some intro music for Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
All right, so we'll jump into the power rankings, and I looked at probably like 3 or 4 sites, and generally the top 8 are the same, and then after that, depends on where you're looking, who they scramble in the rest of the way. But for me, I understand Boston still has the most points in the league, but right now, for me, I think Carolina is probably the best team in the league. They've been on fire lately. They're 9-0-1 their last 10. They won 7 straight. And here's some crazy shit. So the other night they played, was it San Jose? And they pulled the goalie. They gave up an empty netter to make it 4-2. And they came back and won in overtime. So somehow San Jose decided to give up 2 goals in less than 2 minutes and then lose in overtime. And then they played Boston the other night and they whooped their ass. And me and E were texting back and forth during that game. And, Carolina seems to be on point at the moment. Boston, I think they lost 3 straight. And then they went to Toronto and, the proverbial, beating that they usually put on Toronto happened in Toronto. But the Bruins are second, Lightning a third, Dallas or the Devils, the Leafs, and then I got the Kraken at 6. And the Kraken is a kind of a interesting story because I think they had 61 points in 82 games last year, and they already got 63 points. in 49 games. So they're third in the West right now. They're looking pretty good to make the playoffs. And then we got the Rangers at 7, the Stars at 8, the Oilers at 9, and then the Jets. And then there's like a gaggle of teams that are all around the same amount of points, different amount of games played. So we'll see how that goes. But like after Seattle, you got the Kings in the West, then Vegas, Edmonton, Minnesota, and Colorado. And then you got Calgary looking in with the same amount of points as Colorado, but they played 2 more games. And then in the East, you got the Rangers, Washington, and Pittsburgh bringing up the bottom. And then you got Buffalo, the Islanders, and Florida about 3 points back at the last wild card. But there were some, some good games, some interesting stuff. What was it? I think it's hard to remember, like the last time we talked about this, but the other night, the Flyers and the Wild played. And I know people are saying, oh, fighting's down, this, that, and the other. But they had 3 fights in 15 seconds at the beginning of the game. And they were heavyweights. Reeves went with Delorier. Foligno went with McEwen. The Duhaime and Brown fight was kind of That was more of a wrestling match. And then you had Shaw and Allison fight later in the second. So they had 4 fights in one game. So there's still some entertainment value in there. And then, of course, we got the All-Star weekend coming up this weekend in Florida, which should be interesting other than the 3-on-3 tournament they play. That's, I don't know.
So last week I kind of took over for you and explained some of the 2 new skills competition. You want to dive into it a little bit?
To be honest, I haven't looked at it. Like, because it's like there's only a couple things that I really watch or care about when they do the skills challenge, like the hardest shot, the fastest skater, the accuracy shooting. I wish they would do like the hardest shot of not just a slap shot, but like wrist shots, because some of these guys can shoot the puck just as hard with a wrist shot as they can, the big guys with the slap shots.
Right.
But how they would do that, I don't know. But I know they added a couple new ones, and like we were talking that, what was it? Kevin Weeks tweeted out that Crosby was going to team up with McKinnon, and nobody read the whole tweet, and they were assuming that either McKinnon was coming to Pittsburgh or Crosby was going to go to Colorado to play. And it was just for the All-Star weekend, they're planning on doing this. So that was kind of funny.
Do you like the current All-Star setup and how they do it? Or do you care?
Well, like the challenge and stuff is good. Like any All-Star game, doesn't matter what league it is, it's a waste of time. It really is. Because like in the NHL, regular season games, they're out there trying to put people through the boards. In the All-Star game, you're lucky if anybody gets a penalty. Like, they just don't touch each other. It's like an unwritten rule that you don't want to hurt anyone. So, I mean, it's a glorified script.
You said it's a glorified, I'm sorry.
Scrimmage. Like, it's not like anywhere near a regular season game, let alone a playoff game. So,
what's the best out of all the All-Star games? What do you rank them?
I'd say probably baseball and hockey are probably tied. Football, waste of time. Basketball, it's kind of the same thing where, nobody plays defense. Well, it's kind of like the regular season, I guess. But
until the last 5 minutes of the game when it's close, then they'll play defense. But with the NBA All-Star game, which I like, they do the Elam ending now, where they have the target score. So that's pretty cool. But I agree with you wholeheartedly about the All-Star games. I mean, you see what the NFL doing now, man. They're playing dodgeball.
Yeah, they're playing flag football. I mean, what the fuck's that? It's a tackle sport.
Yeah, and you can still blow out your knee playing flag football. I wouldn't do that for what? For what? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, in general, all of the All-Star games, like they're not like what they were when we were kids,
Right.
where they actually played.
Right, and I remember I know they did without it now. When what baseball did, they made the winner of the All-Star game get home field advantage in the World Series. The whatever the American League or National League won, but they I know they did it without that. But yeah, this All-Star game stuff, man. It's
when you got to put a gimmick on it to get them to
yeah,
play,
exactly.
you don't need to have it. You know what I mean.
But let's call it what it is, man. It's just a fun exhibition game. So we shouldn't be looking for nothing else more than that anyway. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't get our hopes up, or you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. So
Well, for me personally, what I'd like to see him do is do away with the mid-season All-Star game in hockey. Just get rid of all that bullshit. After the playoffs are done, after the team wins the Stanley Cup, the team that wins the Stanley Cup plays the All-Stars of the rest of the league.
I like that.
So that way nobody, is going to get hurt and miss anything. It's important. It's the off season. The only downside is they play whoever wins probably played a shit ton of hockey and really doesn't want to play. But to me, that would be more interesting. And the same thing with football, because fuck, man, half these guys, like the entire starting roster of the AFC quarterbacks is not a single one that's probably in the top 5. Why? Because one's going to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen's out golfing, doesn't want to fucking play. Joe Burrow, he's butthurt because he lost, so he's not playing.
Is there even a game, or they're just doing like these dodgeball?
I have no idea. I've lost interest in the NFL.
I know the skills competitions was on. They was doing some quarterback thing earlier. So.
Oh, okay.
They should just do away with it completely. Fuck it. Nobody wants to play. And nobody want to play what we still having it for. Why are we forcing the issue?
Agreed.
True.
Just name an all-star team so you know who did the best at that point in the season. And keep it pushing.
Yeah, it's kind of like just name people all pro and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Nobody want to play. Nobody want to compete. Why are we forcing it? Not
like right. At least with the NFL back in the days, you got a free trip for your family to go to Hawaii. You don't even have that no more.
Nope.
You don't even go to Hawaii anymore. You're going to Orlando. Like, nobody want to go to Orlando.
Shots fired.
Sorry, Cap.
I know you went to Orlando. I'm about to be a football player, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the whole thing, man. I remember back in the days when you went to the Pro Bowl, it was a whole paid trip even to your family. I think you had a number of family that you can bring to go to Hawaii, and that was pretty cool. But they did it without that, man. So
gotcha. Dan, who do you expect in the second half of the season to as the NHL goes on to their second half after the All-Star weekend to emerge as your top in your opinion?
Well, I think you'll see like Colorado's dealt with a ton of injuries, and they're dealing with the hangover after winning the Cup last year. I think you're going to see them kind of focus again and start playing better. And I think the Lightning are kind of hitting their stride too. The Bruins, they lost a couple in a row, but hell, they fucking won every game but like 5 in the first 45. So,
right.
The law of averages is you're going to lose a game here and there. But like Canes, Bruins, Lightning, the Avalanche, the Oilers are kind of heating up too. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10.
When is what's his name supposed to be back? Can't think of his name right now. When is he supposed to come back for the Oilers?
Oh, he's already back.
Okay, gotcha.
You're talking about Evander Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was probably a couple of weeks ago that he came back. And when he came back, when they played Tampa, it's kind of the cool thing about hockey. So that was like an accident. Nobody knew it had really happened until they saw what happened. But before the game, Pat Maroon skated up to him, gave him taps on the shin, talked to him for a couple minutes, like, "Hey, how you doing? Everything good? Sorry about it, blah, blah, blah." And then they skated off. So they kind of made up.
Right.
Or not really made up, but, exchanged pleasantries about the accident, which was cool. And then not too long ago, Letang came back after his stroke and then after his father passing, and we played the Capitals, and Ovechkin did kind of the same thing. Came over, checked on him, "How you doing? Everything good? Sorry about your loss," and blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, that's kind of like the respect with it, hockey players that have played in the league for a while and have been rivals for a while, that, the human side's still there, and I thought that was really like Ovechkin. I used to hate the hell out of that dude and fuck, when we played him, what did we talk about? Have one guy stand on him and let the other three play 3-on-4.
Right.
No, our guy had to drift away from him, and they passed it straight across the ice, bang, back of the net. And it was like, the one time you leave this guy alone, he gets the pass and scores. So it is what it is. But the sportsmanship is really good in hockey. They're all cognizant of, the danger of the game, where they've come from, what, everybody sacrificed to get there, whether it not even be them, their families, etc. So, they kind of understand that and appreciate that.
Gotcha. A lot of respect for the game. That's true. Dan, if you don't have anything else,
I got a couple other things.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let you finish up.
No, you're good. But we're getting to that point in the season, like March 3rd, I think, is the trade deadline.
Yes.
There's not going to be probably a whole lot of movement, I probably would guess, on that day, because now teams are starting to try to do that earlier. Like the Islanders are a little bit behind. Was it? Yeah, they're 2 points behind the Penguins for the last wild card, but they went and picked up Bo Horvat from the Canucks in a trade, and they gave up Anthony Belave and Atu Rati and a first-round pick, but it's protected. So if it's 1 through 12, the Islanders can protect it and not give it up, and then they get an unprotected in 24. Or if it's outside 13 and up, then they'll get that. So you're going to see some teams making movement and trading for players a little bit beforehand, because it gives them a little bit more time to get acclimated with a new team, get the chemistry and all that kind of good stuff. Because you figure, I think the season ends at the end of April, beginning of May. So it doesn't really give you a lot of time if you get somebody at the deadline.
Right.
So, and then there was a couple cool things that happened over the last couple, I guess, weeks. The other night, Chicago was in Edmonton, and Skinner, the backup goalie for the Oilers, was sick. So they contacted the E-Bug. That's the emergency backup goalie. And they have one at every. And there's a couple of scenarios how this worked. If the first two goaltenders get hurt, then you can bring in the E-Bug. But if you do, then they can't come back or whatever. But if they're they sign a PTO, a player tryout contract, you can put them in. So Skinner was sick. They signed this dude to a player tryout contract. So with like a minute and a half or something left in the game, they brought him in and let him play the last minute and a half. So, which was it Matt Berline? And he played like WHL, I think, and he's playing in one of the Canadian universities. So it was cool for him. And then the other night I saw in the AHL, the Grand Rapids player got suspended 2 games, which I think that's Detroit's affiliate. But he was in the penalty box, and I don't know who he directed to, because the way the picture is, but he's going like this.
To those who are listening on the podcast, he threw up a middle finger. Yes.
So he got 2 games for that. And then I did see, like, hockey players are just, wow. The extent that people go to actually play is crazy. And there was a video that's been circulating of a rink that there's no entrance down in the lower bowl. They have a set of stairs that
Yes, Dan. I saw
on
that. Yes.
a counterweight, and they had to walk down it to get it to drop so they could get on the ice. And the guy about busted his ass and stuff.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
I didn't know what was going on with that. I was like, why is he coming from this staircase?
Oh, the other thing I had was, I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, viewership thing that they posted about the NHL viewership down 22%.
I did see that, yes.
From last year. And you sent me a TikTok from a guy about it. But my thing on the whole viewership down thing is it's kind of like multi-layered. So they went and signed that big deal with ESPN and TNT to bring the NHL back to them. Well,
mistake number 1.
Well, the problem is every game in the East starts at 7:00, and all the West games start at 10. So every game is battling against each other. So, like, have like a couple games at 7, have a couple games at 7:30, a couple games at 10, so at 10:30, so that you're not all in intermission at the same time. 2, now that ESPN has it, they show 1 game a week. I forget which day it is because I think TNT's Wednesday. But you only get like 1 game a week. And all the other games are on their fucking app that you got to pay for.
ESPN Plus.
Exactly. So you got all these people that have like cable, DirecTV, Dish, whatever. And now you want them to go spend more money. Granted, it's like $7 or whatever. But
it's the principle, Dan.
But no, it's not even the principle. So you pay that money. But when I try to pull up a fucking Canes game that I'm 4 hours away from that's sold out, it's fucking blacked out.
It's blacked out. Yep.
And they blacked all kind of, like, fucking Colorado. I don't think probably anybody in Colorado has seen a home game in Colorado at their house. You either got to go and watch them or you don't get to see them. So there's that, and then you got the fucking gimmicks of the boards being automated to make the game hard to watch because it's just distracting as hell. And then, of course, you got Gary Bettman.
Basketball doing the same thing, yeah.
And I did see someone say that, you know, now that you got a woke league, you're going to go broke. How true is that? I don't know. But, you know, your boys in red, white, and blue, you know, we talked about the Flyers defenseman not going out for the Pride night. Well, you know, not only do your boys think, you know, they boycotted the whole damn thing. They didn't put the jerseys on, the tape, the sticks. They just went out with the regular warm-ups, which caused a big stir. But, you know, you can't expect everybody to fall in line, you know, with one person's idea. We're all human. We all have our own ideas, beliefs, and blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
That's all I got.
Gotcha. Appreciate that, Dan. Dan, I had some applause for you. Hold on. There you go.
Hey, that applause is getting better, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. He's Dan K. Our hockey dude, or better known, he's the toxic one.
We're getting to that point. Hold on.
You got a prop? Oh, okay. I thought you had a prop or something like that.
No, I had my notes. I just started my notes down.
Oh, okay. Thought you had a prop or something like that. Okay, he's Dan. He's with hockey. Now we're gonna follow hockey with the NBA. We got our NBA contributor.
Just in time.
Ryan DeSouza. Ryan, what's going on, man? Holla at us about the NBA, man. You got the floor, sir.
Thank you for having me back, fellas, man. So, you know, the NBA, they just released the reserves for you. I'm already mad that Joel Embiid is not starting the game. But, hey, that was the fans' vote, whatever. He made the team. A lot of players who didn't make the team on the East, Harden didn't make the team. I don't understand that. Guy leads the league in assists, has a winning record, you know. But like I said, I missed who all was on the reserve. So Kev, if you can tell me who was all in the, who all
Yeah.
made the reserve.
I'll get you here. You can go ahead. Oh, you thought that was gonna be instant, Ryan? No.
Jrue Holiday, DeMar DeRozan.
There you go. Somebody got you.
We talking East, right? You already said
East,
Embiid.
like, I know Halliburton made it, right? I think he
Halliburton made it. He deserved it. Embiid made it. He deserved it. Jrue Holiday, DeMar DeRozan,
No.
I don't understand how Jrue Holiday and DeMar DeRozan makes it over James Harden.
Julius Randle made it.
He's been playing.
Bam made it.
I got to give him credit. Julius is balling.
And Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is balling. All well deserved. Yeah, man. But so I just don't know what the disrespect is for Philly, but they got one of the best records. I know it's the whole position and things of that nature. So I just don't know how Embiid doesn't get voted. I mean, the guy has been number 2 in the MVP race with the Joker the last 2 years, and he's probably having even a better year this year. So they have some bulletin board material. They can probably run at this championship. I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Ryan, let me stop you right there. Bulletin board material.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets the vote? And it the fans? How does that work? I stopped keeping.
All right, so I think the fans have 50% of the votes. Media is, right. Media is like 25%, and I think and then players are another 25. So I think it's players 25 or players 25. Let's see here. The fans are 50% and the media is 25% for the starters. And I think coaches select the reserves. So I don't understand how. Yeah. Go ahead.
And Joel Embiid didn't make it, so I think that's a problem in itself.
He didn't make it.
He made it, but he's not starting.
All right, he should have actually started. But go ahead.
That's ridiculous. Like, and I mean, and then the whole thing is, well, who are you taking off, right? Who are you taking off? So so I'm taking off any. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking off KD. I'm taking off. I probably leave Tatum there. KD's missed a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? But Embiid is who's the other forward that made it in the as a starter? It's KD, Tatum. Oh, and Giannis. Of course, Giannis is a beast. But KD's missed games. I would have took KD off and had Embiid. But again, they have to make the fans vote 50% because it's a fans game. Like how we were talking about. It's the All-Star game, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we can't take too much stock in the All-Star game. I mean, even though it's good for your credentials, after you retire, hey, I'm a all NBA first team, second team. I made the All-Star this many times as a starter. So, it matters to these players, man. So, but I wouldn't be too upset about it. But like I said, Kev, you'll put a chip on Harden's shoulder and B's shoulder for sure. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
D-Dub, I saw you making a funny face. Did you have a comment? I'm sorry.
Oh no, this is positionless basketball, right? So that's probably why
correct.
He didn't make the he should be a legit center. It should be it should be Giannis at the 4 and Embiid at the 5. That's what it should be.
Right, but they don't exactly. But they don't do that no more. They make it. It's 3 forwards or it's three front court players. They label a center as a front court player, and then there's 2 guards.
Yeah.
So exactly. So it's the NBA getting in their own way sometimes, man.
Yeah. they're messing up their own product, and that's the reason why why you got guys all over the place, and they're trying to cram everybody. The next thing everybody, it's just going to be, it's already whatever. So I don't know. I
Right.
don't get it. That's probably why I made a funny faces. I don't think these guys even care, to be honest with you. So,
No.
it's a game that they get a weekend off and
Yeah.
party and bullshit all day. So,
Right. Well, to be honest with you, I think the NBA players really care about getting selected to the All-Star team. That I think they care because the game does get competitive, man. If the first 3.5 quarters, it's of course there's no
trash.
defense.
It's trash. It's trash, Ryan.
But it's an All-Star game. It's supposed to be just for the fans. It's just highlights. But we've always seen when the game is close, the players step up. To me, I think the NBA All-Star game is probably the best All-Star game as far as you'll get your excitement, but then they'll tighten down at the end of the game. And now they got the Elam ending that they have, where it's not you just run out the clock. You gotta hit you guys know what the Elam ending is, right? You heard about it?
Oh, you need to explain it for the fans, and explain it for the fans first.
Okay, so the Elam ending. All right, so they got it from a guy. His last name is Elam. So he does the I don't know if you guys ever watched the TBT, the basketball tournament in the summertime, with all the teams that's from like alumni of different schools. Like you got Bayheim's Army from Syracuse and Overseas Elite and things of that, like teams like that. So what it is, you get a tournament of teams, and it's comprised of former NBA players that went to the school, former members that played for the college for the team, and so everybody puts in you put in, and the winner gets I believe it's $1 million to divvy out between the teams. So they have a thing called the Elam ending. All right. So basically, with I want to say with 4 minutes left in the game, right? Whatever the score is. So for instance, if the score is 50, the score is 52 to 50, right? All right, and it's 4 minutes left. They stop the game at that moment. They stop the game, and they make it a target score. They'll add to the highest score. So if it's 50 points, they add 60. That's the target score. So whoever hits 60 first wins the game. So the team who's behind have a legitimate chance of catching up instead of you just running out the clock and slow playing and you know what I'm saying and pulling the ball out and running the shot clock down and then it runs the clock out. It's really fascinating, man. It's a great way to end the game. And I think the last 2 years the NBA All-Star game has done this, called the Elam ending, where you got to hit the target score at 4 minutes. 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, they stop the game. They add 8 points to the high score, and then you have to hit that mark. Y'all all remember playing 21. You got to get 21, right? You know what I'm saying? Or so it's sort of like that. So everybody, it's the last 4 minutes of the last. It's not even 4 minutes because now there's no more time. You just got to hit that target,
that target score.
That mark. So everybody's balling. Everybody's is playing. You know what I'm saying? So it's very exciting, man. So I'm a little biased when it comes to the NBA with the All-Star game. I personally like the All-Star game. If it's close, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's a blowout, it's the All-Star game, then it's not close. But normally the players keep the game kind of within striking distance so they can buckle down and really play. And this year, I know what they're doing with the All-Star team. They're doing it like they're picking right before the game. So they're not doing the whole the team captains go on TNT and pick the team. You know what I'm saying? Like do it like a draft. They're doing it like playground style. So nobody's gonna know who. I think it's LeBron. It's LeBron and
Giannis.
It's LeBron
Giannis.
and Giannis, right? Yeah, it's LeBron and Giannis. So they're gonna actually pick it like playground style. Yo, I got him. You know what I'm saying? And then they just go and hoop. So wrinkles here and there, man. But yeah. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's an all-star team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was first introduced when 2 years ago? Was
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. I think the TBT's been around for the last 5 years, I believe, 5 years, and they were doing it, and they caught wind. And Chris Paul had a team that he sponsored. Floyd Money Mayweather had a team in TBT that he sponsored. And again, a lot of the colleges alumni, their former players play. It's really caught on, man. I actually look forward to it every summer. You know what I'm saying? So it comes like, I want to say like 2 weeks after the NBA is over, 2 or 3 weeks. And after free agency and all that stuff. It comes right on, man. It's very exciting. I actually enjoy watching it.
Hey Ryan, maybe we might get them to play during the regular season to get them to play some defense. If that's the only way to get these guys to play some defense.
That shit is trash. That shit is trash.
So Ryan, you're gonna get some pushback. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike Mills.
Nah, man, that's like, if that's what we gotta do to motivate y'all to win this game and actually make it competitive, that shit is trash. What's the first 3 quarters for? Like, this is an all-star game. Y'all supposed to be the all-stars. Y'all supposed to be the best.
Oh, I thought that would wake you up.
Against the other side that the league has to offer. I gotta motivate y'all by saying, yeah, you got 4 minutes left, like it's open gym. Get the hell out of here.
No, they're not doing it. They're not doing it for motivation. They're doing it. They're doing it so if the game is close, the team is not gonna just run out the clock and just
It's never close.
And not
Ryan, you're
and not run offense or just stall the game out. So and as you know, in basketball, man, 1 minute, dude, can take like freaking 30 minutes. 1 minute. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what they do in the Elam ending, where they're trying to, it's not a competitive thing. It's more of a
time.
It's more of making it more exciting and more good for the fans. Like, you're not gonna just stall on the ball. Like, you can just run the clock out. If I have a 10-point lead with 2 minutes left, you know what I'm saying? It's you just you running clock. Whereas you got to still hoop because hey, if I get a stop and I score, I'm getting closer to that target goal. I actually like it for an all-star game, not for the regular season.
I don't like it.
I wouldn't do that.
Hell, if it gets in the playoff 16,
it's coming, Mike.
They'll be worth it.
Guard him. I shouldn't have to change the rules
You guys hear me?
4 minutes for you to guard him.
Let me interject here. I like the fact that we have Ryan, who's pro Elam Rule. I got it down here at the bottom of the screen. If you're looking out there on YouTube, and I like the fact that you're fine. I like the fact that Mike. What'd you say, D-Dub?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. We can hear you.
I can't hear you guys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
I've been awake the whole time. Just been making faces. I was letting them finish.
Yeah.
To see if it got better. I know y'all saw me making faces, but yeah, that shit garbage. They just all these all-star games is trash. Hockey playing 3-on-3. They playing the Elam elimination rule at the end. Like, that shit. Come on, man.
Football.
I will say this.
Football. They in flip flops. They running the 40. Yeah, we're gonna run the 40. We having the combine at the Pro Bowl. Like, that shit is
at the beach.
Yeah. Baseball, the only one that still give a damn. Shout out to baseball. Thank you, V-Lac. Eliminate all them shits. Throw them in the dump.
Yeah.
Baseball because they be trying. You know what I'm saying? They give you a good 9 innings. Rest of them
V-Lac, we
shit.
appreciate you chiming in, man. For real, that's the best comment.
Hey,
eliminate all all-star games.
Here's the truth.
Go ahead, Dan.
Not one of these sports do these guys give a fuck about the All-Star game. The only thing they care about is that shit's in their contract, and they get X amount of dollars for making it. Other than that, they don't give a fuck.
Facts.
I don't care what sport it is.
Go ahead.
Toxic Dan.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Go ahead, Ryan.
That's management weekend for everybody.
No, because here's why. When we're doing debate shows and podcasts and stuff like that, when we start debating about who was better, they're gonna be like, "Well, I made it to 10 All-Star games. How much you made?" They care. They care about making.
Okay, hold on. Well, hold that thought.
Right?
Huntley Ravens made the fucking Pro Bowl, played 4 or 5 games, and threw 2 touchdowns. So, is that going to hold any water against Tom Brady's All-Star games?
No. But everybody has common sense, like, and know why Huntley made it, because nobody else wanted. Not that they didn't want to go play. They care that they got selected to the Pro Bowl. Now, if they don't want to go, then somebody has to go and show up. Everybody knows Huntley's not a Pro Bowler, man. We know that. But
exactly.
They care about. But they care about making the team. They don't care about playing. They care about making the team.
It just comes down to the money.
And
They get paid for making it.
Right, but it also comes down to when their careers are done, they start comparing resumes, like how many All-Star teams you made. You know what I'm saying? They look at that, man. Players look at that, especially the upper echelon players. They look at that. Man, everybody know Huntley. You know what I'm saying? What he's like a the 6th replacement, and it's just
the top 3 aren't playing.
Right, it's just to have representation. But everybody knows who's an All-Star, who's a Pro Bowler. Everybody knows.
Go ahead, Mike.
But I get your point, Dan. I get your point.
Yeah,
and then the snubs, man. Remember when winning mattered? Remember when a dude could average 28 points, 29 points a game, but his team was trash, so he didn't make the All-Star? Now they got these 30-point losers in the All-Star game. Listen, I love Shea Gilgeous. Like, he's nice. But come on, boy, get out of here. Like, look at the Kings. The Kings are over 500 for the first time in like 30 years. It should have been De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. There's no way you pick one without the other. Like, get out of here.
That's crazy. Yeah,
played 27 games. He's in. Get out of here. Kick him to the curb. Him and Kawhi need to go rest their legs.
Zion as a starter, and he hasn't even been playing.
Exactly.
But again, I'll push back. Go ahead, Ryan.
But it's the fans voted him on. His 50% of the fan vote voted him on. He's probably not even going to play in the All-Star game. He's going to be a replacement.
Hey, what you think?
The fact that I haven't said shit this whole segment lets you know exactly what I think. Yo, man, I just want to thank Ryan for coming up here and expressing himself.
Yo, we love Ryan
of the NBA, man. I really do appreciate you, bro, because somebody has
that's
to
no
do
cap.
it, and it's none of us up here. Because yo, man, I think the NBA All-Star Game, in my opinion, is the worst one out of all of them. It's nothing more than a glorified day at the Rucker, and guys that go play at the Rucker show more grit.
They care.
They care, and I'm talking about even the NBA ballers. They'll go and represent at the Rucker more so than they do the NBA. So
that's a whole fact,
especially in Utah.
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
I said they in Utah. They really don't give a damn.
Yeah, y'all about to chase. Y'all about to chase my contributor away from us, man. Jeez.
No, we love him. Yo,
listen, he didn't make up the rules. He just explained it.
Healthy conversation.
Y'all got to broaden your horizons with the Elam ending, man. It's good for an All-Star game. For an All-Star game.
All right, now you man. Get him out of here.
Ryan, you have more. You have more of a chance convincing us to watch the WNBA than convincing us of that shit.
That's a fact.
Hey,
New York got a big 3.
Yo,
Ryan, real quick, hold on, Kev.
Before the Knicks.
Hold up. I wasn't going to leave here without talking about WNBA with free agency. Y'all know that.
Hey, Ryan, I just got one question. Who's beating the Aces this year?
The Liberty.
Hey, man. Hey. When the Aces got Candace, right? I was like, oh man, they're gonna be unstoppable. The Aces have in their starting lineup 4 number 1 picks in their starting lineup. They have Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, and Jackie Young. Right, and they probably have the most clutch player in the game. I don't know if y'all know or if y'all probably don't, but Chelsea Gray, she is clutch, man. Like she hits like big shots after big shots. But man, what they're doing in New York, man. Not only did they get Stewie, all right, as a free agent, they traded for Jonquel Jones, who's an MVP. Stewie's a 2-time MVP. They just got Vandersloot, all right, who won the championship 2 years ago with Candace Parker. She's a point guard, so they're probably gonna move Sabrina Ionescu to the 2 guard, right?
Where she belong?
So
where
now
she belong?
exactly. Put her at the 2, and you have Vandersloot as a point. I'm like, she's legitimately like been leading the league in assists for the last couple of years. She's just a great floor general. And then you got Laney, Bethany Laney, who's I mean, she's a flat out baller, and she's like your 5th best player. Man, I don't know, man. Because you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I said that Liberty wins because Breanna Stewart is the best player in the WNBA.
You heard it here. You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Breanna Stewart is the best player in the WNBA. She can score on all. She can score on all levels. She can handle the ball. Yeah. She can go down low. Go ahead, brother.
I gotta be. I'm the angry one, so I gotta throw this out here. So which one of these teams, is going to wind up like the Los Angeles Lakers that have all these mega stars and still floating around way below 500?
None of them. And here's why. There's only 12 teams in the WNBA. So now they're super front loaded, man. So the other teams are not even gonna have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because they legitimately have four to 5 all-stars on their team where there's only 12, you know what I'm saying? Where there's only 12 teams. I think it's actually good for the league to have a super team like that, to get some excitement into the league. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, man, a lot of people don't watch the NBA, and it's hard. But when you're talking about 2-time MVPs going on one team, and you already have Sabrina Ionescu there, and Laney, and then they get Sloot, and then you got a Hall of Famer, and Candace Parker going to the champs, who already have Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum. I mean, they're on a collision course, bro. They're on a collision. It's must see. It's must see. I'm hyped about it, man. I love the NBA, WNBA. I'm like, I know. I'm hyped about it, man. It's a better free agency than the NBA.
That's a whole fact.
I was gonna say that probably the WNBA are more hungry and want to play every game and be in there than the NBA.
Of course.
So I would assume that there's probably more competition in that league than the NBA during the regular season.
Yeah,
like
but
between teams,
that's a stretch, though.
Well, no, obviously there's not as many good teams, that have that many superstars, but at least they play every game and they try.
True.
No, there's no load management in the WNBA. One, there's only like 50 games. So there's no load management, and their travel is they fly commercial. They don't fly. You know what I'm saying? Private airlines, private jet. They fly commercial, man. And so yeah, they hoop, man. But I'm excited for the WNBA season, man. I'm like, I just don't see how the Liberty is gonna lose. And I give the edge because of Stewart. Because of Stewart. I mean, she's just all world to me, man. Like, I mean, in college, she won 4 national championships and 4 finals MVP in college. And if it wasn't for her rupturing her Achilles overseas, Seattle probably would have won some more championships, man. So
True.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, man, with those two teams. Like, and then what happened with the Exodus, with Candace Parker leaving, Vandersloot leaving, now Chicago, which won the championship 2 years ago, now they're going to be a bottom feeder team. So where you have two super teams, it just hurt a team that just won the championship 2 years ago because they have no more players. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ryan, that's going to be it for you, sir. Anything else about the WNBA or NBA before we move on to
I have one thing. Yeah. I have one thing about the NBA. We all know that LeBron is about to break Kareem's record. I don't know if y'all talked about it before on the show
last week. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I did talk about it. I just want to give Kareem his flowers really quick before LeBron breaks it, because Kareem got to the league at 24 years old. He played 3 years at UCLA, right? Has all those accolades. He only made one three-point shot in his career. And he still has that many points. Right? And started at 24. He didn't start at 18 like LeBron. He started at 24 years old. So who said no one cares about that bum? Hold up, who said that? Kareem, come on, man.
I don't think it was LeBron.
I think he was caring about LeBron. I don't think he's
LeBron. All right, yeah. But
no, not Kareem.
No.
Listen, I'm not. We can't call LeBron a bum, man. LeBron is all world, man. LeBron's averaging damn near 30, guys, at this age.
I'm not calling him bum, but there's other stuff that goes with it, which we do not have time to delve into.
It's definitely not about his basketball play.
No, it's not.
It's never been about his basketball play.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. It's more so about, yes, LeBron is top 10, top 5 in some people's eyes, top 1, whatever you got him at, right? But to continuously hear people with their pom-pom saying that he's still the best in the world at 38, still trying to compare him to Mike at 38 and all this other stuff, right? To have the team that they have and have the record that they have, for him to score 30 does not mean a damn ish to me. That's just me and my take. You know what I'm saying? You scoring 30 and your team is 5, 6, 7 games under 500. You could be LeBron James. You could be LeBron Johnson. It doesn't matter.
Every week I watch this show. You guys come on here with NBA slander. When will it stop?
When he
retires. It will never stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
No, man, but I understand what you're saying with that, man. I mean,
not taking nothing away from LeBron. He's top 5, top 10.
They're underachieving. They're underachieving, but the defense tenacity is not there in the NBA like we once had. So I get that. And to give the flowers to Kareem, that dude played in a physical era, boy, going up against great centers, man. So again, Kareem is my GOAT, but I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, congratulations to LeBron for breaking the record. I think there's been other players that has had like top years in their prime top years, but LeBron's longevity is just amazing to me, man. And not only that, man, he's top 4 in assists.
Got you, Ryan. We just have to come in and just talk basketball for 2 hours with you. We must.
Yeah, you know me. I'm long-winded, brother. My bad.
You're good, bro. You out or you staying? You staying around? You got to be out, or does it matter?
I stay for a little bit. Yeah, no problem.
All right, cool. We're gonna talk about NCAA basketball. Mike Mills. Hey, y'all give it up for Ryan DeSouza, our NBA contributor, man.
Talking about NCAA. Shout out to the Houston Cougars. They're gonna win the
Oh,
championship.
don't worry, this is gonna be quick. All right, now guys, welcome to the NCAA section of the program. It's that funny time of year, you know, after Martin Luther King Day, but before President's Day and before Selection Sunday. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of the top 10 teams in the NCAA top 25 with my little anecdotes on the side. So let's start with number 1, Purdue. Purdue has the big 7'4" man, Zach Edey in the middle, who's looking like player of the year. And this is what Purdue normally does. They normally have good records during the regular season. But we know when they get to tournament time, somebody's going to outspeed them and get that slow shit out of here. So Purdue at 21-1 is the number 1 team in the nation. Number 2, we got a little shocker. We got Tennessee, another hard-nosed team who's looking really good this year, number 1 in the SEC. Number 3, we got Houston Cougars, who our good friend Ryan just mentioned. And Houston is a pretty solid team. They always play good defense. They always compete. My Villanova boys beat them last year, but we're not doing so good this year, so we're not going to talk about them. All right, let's go to number 4. We got Alabama at 18-3. Alabama's another surprising pick. A lot of young guys on their team. They got a couple veterans mixed in, but they're a team that plays. They hoop. Next thing, we're going to go to Arizona at number 5. Arizona at 19-3. We got Virginia at number 6, 16-3. Virginia is another team that plays strong defense. And that's what they do every year. They play defense, they slow it down, and they take control. And it's been kind of a weekend at ACC, so they taking advantage with the normal guys at the top not looking so good. See Duke, see Carolina. Number 7, we got Kansas State at 18-3. Now, Kansas State has been taking advantage of Kansas not being Kansas. See, Kansas got a good record, but Kansas has been real sloppy this year. Kansas State took the chance and beat their ass last week. So then we got Kansas, who we just mentioned, at 17-4. We got UCLA at number 9 at 17-4. And then we have Texas at 17-4. Despite their coaching issues at the beginning of the year, which we're not going to talk about because that's another program, they're still competing and they're still fighting. And for honorable mention, I'm going to mention Baylor at 11 and Gonzaga at number 12. And Gonzaga is a pretty popular program, everybody. And what does Gonzaga do every year? They dominate their conference and lose in the tournament.
Wait, can I stop you? Is Gonzaga TCU?
Is Gonzaga TCU? No, because they go too often. TCU don't do this often.
Yeah.
Gonzaga is UCF. They might get that good team every once in a while. They're going to clip them. But for the most part, don't happen.
Okay. Fair enough.
So,
go ahead.
So we'll tap back in and talk more about the NCAA later, but a lot of these games are really starting to matter because this is conference time, and we're starting to get closer to the conference tournament. And a lot of teams are going to be fighting for these at-large bids trying to get in the tourney. See, that's why I like college basketball, because it's an equal opportunity. Once you make the tournament, anything can happen. Everything does happen. And no Elam Rule.
And they don't have like power conferences that they always put in there?
I mean, of course they have power conferences, but power conferences get knocked off.
4 teams make it every year?
Of course not.
No, even.
Ryan, you heard that? You heard that shade towards you?
That's great.
That is funny. Go ahead, Mike Mills. Anything else, brother?
That's all I got to offer. Does anybody want to chime in about a team they like? You want to discuss?
Well, let's you know, you're in that part of the country, Duke in North Carolina. What's going on with that? With the Dukies and the Tar Heels?
Bad. I mean,
Trash.
Trash. Duke is young, new coach. Carolina just can't figure it out. I mean, yeah, Brady Manning ain't there no more, but they still got Bacoup, who's a double machine. They can't figure it out. I don't know what their problem is. Didn't they won a chip last year? So,
yep.
Oh, Kansas won.
Kansas won. Carolina was in the Final Four, wasn't it?
Yeah. Carolina was actually up by like 15 points and blew it in the second half. They were balling.
In the second half,
right?
In that game,
right.
Yes.
But they was an 8 seed, so they wasn't even supposed to make it last year.
Neither one of these teams are ranked top 10.
Nope. None of them is ranked 25.
I don't think I ever seen that in like. That's been a minute.
Not both of them teams.
Both of them at the same time.
Right. Exactly.
That's kind of unusual for that, but I haven't seen that in years. I mean, I can't remember the last time, but
It's been a very long
my
time.
no-name Pit Boy swept UNC this year, so you know they're dog shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's for you. That's for you, Lackey.
I want to give.
Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to a college team, to my alma mater, FAU. For the first time, they were ranked in the top 25. They're ranked number 19 right now. They're on a 21 game winning streak. I don't know if they played tonight. I think they played tonight. I don't know if they won or not, but they've won 21 games in a row. I think 20 games in a row. They're 21-1. All right, and so FAU, man, give them some love. Them boys are balling. They're ranked number 19, first time in the school's history, short history, I would say too.
They are playing tonight. They're down 12 with 5 minutes left in the second half against UAB. Wow. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
they wish they had an Elam Rule, right? I know.
See, I just got to win the clock, man. Hey, that's a good one. I like it.
Well, I think I know what's the name of this episode. So,
Elam Rule, ride or die.
Boy, talking about 3 shots. Mike Mills, anything else before I go into the NFL, man?
Let's go to the NFL. Come on, stop on the bus like DJ.
Let's go into the NFL. On yesterday, Tom Brady made his retirement announcement that he's really retiring this time. He's really done. He's officially retired. Brady had extensive career. His career got underway. He started at the University of Michigan, where he wasn't a starter, and then he got drafted number 199. And then, was that Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and then the legend of Tom Brady goes on. I'll give it to D-Dub. D-Dub, your thoughts on Tom Brady as I pull up some stats about Tom Brady. Y'all guys are funny, boy. The Elam Rule. Oh, my God. Gee whiz. Go ahead, sir.
Tom Brady did his thing, man. I mean, did his thing. What can you say? Up until his time, I think I had Joe Montana. I think we all, or I speak for myself, I had Joe Montana as the best or greatest quarterback that I've seen or watched in my young life. But Tom Brady came around, and again, you start really reflecting on it, and you start thinking, yeah, he was good for his time. But then, as I was talking to you earlier today, talking about the rule changes, a lot of things changed for him. So it made him able to stay around as long as he has stayed around. So, yeah, you could say he's the greatest quarterback that, of this era, of this generation. But I don't know. It's going to be hard. After you take out the emotions and you start looking at it, what it is. I mean, Tom Brady, he played a long time, so he has, just like this guy, LeBron James, playing a long time. You have a lot of records because you played a long time. And so the rules changes and things of that nature. So
let me read a couple of Brady's stats here. I thought I had his stats here. Did I lose the stats here? Good morning. Okay. Brady retires. This is from the NFL.com website. Brady retires a 7-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time NFL MVP, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time First Team All-Pro honoree, 3-time Second Team All-Pro, 15-time Pro Bowler, 2009 Comeback Player of the Year. If you remember, that's when he got hurt. And I think that's exactly what D-Dub was talking about. When he got hurt, I think it was a game against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Hurt his knee, and that's when they really started protecting quarterbacks. And that's when the MO came out that we need these guys to stand up, and we can't have them killed. And that's when they started protecting the quarterback, and you blow on them, you was penalized.
Yep.
They made everything punitive when touching or hovering around or breathing on the quarterback. Absolutely.
I mean, he got hurt, and a few others got hurt.
That was
they
it.
Didn't
that
like
was
that.
It.
They didn't
like that. So he was out. He's supposed to be the star of the show, as Biz Markie used to say, right? So NFL history, he has a completion. He was number one for completion, 7,753. Pass attempts, 12,050. Yards, 89,214. Passing TD, 649. Starts, 333. QB wins, 251. 15 Pro Bowl starts, nods, Super Bowls, blah, 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 blah. The angry one, your thoughts on Tom Brady finally retiring?
I'll believe it when the next season rolls around. But if this is indeed the farewell tour for Tom Brady, then I would salute this man. In my eyes, in GOAT we trust.
That's right.
Regardless of rule changes and things, he lasted the test of time. Man, again, we talked about it last week. It takes a lot of luck, a lot of skill, a lot of coaching. You got to have a lot of good things go right for you. And he obviously was the chosen one for the NFL to last this long. And still, even this season with everything going on, the man was productive. What other, outside of Mr. LeBron, I mean, where else do you see a guy of this age still being called upon to be great? We don't see this that often. Usually guys at this age, they already written off and all this other stuff, regardless if they still got it or not. So, I mean, for me, I know D said, it was Joe Montana. It was Dan Marino for me. I was different, man. Dan Marino was what a quarterback was to me. The man, every week he was there. He didn't have a running game, didn't have a solid offensive line. He had a damn fullback that was the best receiver on his team. And every week you knew he was going to get you for 275 and 2 to 3 touchdowns. But then along came Mr. Brady. There's really nothing you can say, man. Love him, hate him, whatever, man.
Yeah, good player.
Again, it
Great player.
Yeah.
Dan, your thoughts on Tom Brady's retirement?
Thank God.
Coming from a Steelers fan.
I say that in all due respect because he was the bane of the existence of the Steelers for the longest time. We would probably have a couple more Super Bowls if it wasn't for this guy. And you can say what you want. Like, I hated this guy for the longest time. I hated the Patriots because every time we'd get to the AFC Championship, didn't matter if it was home or we played them there, this motherfucker beat us every time. But if you look at what he's done, like we talked about earlier tonight, scoring 30 points and being on a shitty-ass team doesn't mean anything. He may not have, been lighting it up with touchdowns, this, that, and the other, but all he did was win. And he won all the time. And he's the winningest quarterback in Super Bowl history. He is the GOAT. Everybody else is measured to what he did. And you could say it was Belichick, this, that, and the other, but he won one somewhere else without him. The only thing I wish that he retired and then came back, he should have stayed retired because this year he kind of looked pedestrian and kind of tarnished, his legacy a little bit. Where he should have when he said he was done, he should have stuck with it. He kind of looked like Big Ben in his last year. He struggled, but hats off to him. Like I said, he killed us when Bledsoe got hurt. He came in and beat us in the fucking playoffs, I believe it was, and then he just owned us, from then on.
Dan seems to have some PTSD from this guy.
No, I mean, literally, I remember watching 2 or 3 championship games where he just owned us, and we had really, really good teams. We just couldn't get to him. He was just so quick at getting the ball up, and hats off to him. Like I said, he is the greatest quarterback to play the game so far.
Gotcha.
And let me just say this real quick.
Yeah.
Since we kind of paid them off or whatever because of their longevity, that to me is D-Dub always talked about rankings, right? There's different tiers, right? There's a LeBron James tier. And there's a fucking Tom Brady tier way the fuck above him. Because you know why? Nobody really ate during the Tom Brady era. You can say what you want, oh, well, they cheated, the referee, the NFL, whatever. Nobody ate during the Tom Brady era. How many chips does the great Peyton Manning have? How many chips does Big Ben have?
Ben got like 3.
Two. He got 2.
Two? He only got 2?
Yeah.
Ben got more than 2.
Nah, we beat Seattle and we beat Arizona. Actually,
2.
This is the anniversary of when we beat Kurt Warner in Arizona.
That was one of the best Super Bowls.
The Santana Mouse catch.
Yeah, and remember that's the whole debate between Eli and Ben is because of the 2 chips. That's it. That's all they got.
Yeah. Well, Ben had a lot more 500-yard passing and touchdowns and comebacks and that kind of thing. I mean, the one credit to Eli, he's one of the only guys that could beat Brady.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the few quarterbacks.
You must have missed what I just.
I mean, he couldn't do anything else, but he could beat Brady.
Yeah, I'll tell you, boy, Chief shots
that
Dan.
defensive line.
Toxic Dan. Yeah.
Toxic Dan. Did he win any Super Bowls against anybody else?
Dan.
No.
We're not living in like that.
Okay, but this is Tom Brady's
I know.
day.
He's the GOAT.
And all right.
Let me go to Mike Mills. Mike, go ahead, sir.
As a Ravens fan, it was 3 quarterbacks I always hated playing. It was Peyton Manning. It was Ben Nasty Man Roethlisberger.
Nasty Man.
And Ray Lewis.
And Tom Brady. I said quarterbacks. Nice try. Tom Brady. Now, to me, Tom Brady got 7 championships. He's the GOAT. There's no discussing it.
Yeah.
I mean, was Peyton Manning better in the regular season? Of course. Peyton is like Dirk. That's why he got that ring, and that's it. But Tom Brady's the man. I mean, I wish he would have retired before, because there's no way I lost my woman and then I'm gonna retire the year after. He should have died on the field. I mean, I feel like he's going out soft, but I mean, I hope he enjoys his retirement, and I hope we figure out. Hey, yo, come on now. I hope he enjoys retirement, man, and whatever comes next.
Yeah, the $375 million Fox deal. That's what's next.
Yeah, that's what's next.
Yeah, it might be something else other than that. I mean, that's just how many.
I'm not crying for him.
Nah, I don't know. She had more money than him. Yeah, I'm not losing no woman with more money than me over a football game. I'd have took my ring and hiked it out of there. Well, I got 7. Time to go. That's it.
Tom Brady. Yes, he is. I'm sorry, Mike. Did you have any more? I'm sorry.
Nah, that's it.
So, yeah, that was our thing for Tom Brady. Yep, he played great at what he did. He was the GOAT at that position. Absolutely, Tom Brady.
By the way, Robert Kraft wants him to sign on 1 day so he could retire.
Yeah, I see them doing that. Yeah, most teams with great people, they'll bring them back and sign them one. Yeah, Brady will have a statue outside of in Foxborough Gillette Stadium. He'll have a statue of himself, and probably get one down in Tampa too. So we will move along. Sean Payton. Sean Payton has came out of the TV Fox Sports, and he's going back to coaching. He will coach the Denver Broncos after the Broncos with that first year disaster with their head coach. And let's see if Sean Payton can fix or make Russell Wilson better again, great again. Who knows? I'll start off with Mike. Get thoughts on Sean Payton becoming the new coach of the of the Denver Broncos.
I mean, allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. Allegedly, he fixed Drew Brees. Allegedly. So we're going to see what he could do with Russell Wilson. But the Broncos is basically a stacked team all the way around. All their running backs got hurt. So they didn't have no running game. But they got good, solid receivers. Cortland Sutton got hurt early, so he'll be back. They got all their receivers up, all their running backs back. And their defense, even after getting rid of Bradley Chubb, was still strong. So now they even got Well, I don't think they got no draft picks because they traded them all. But
yeah, no draft picks. Just about.
I mean, you could find some late round guys to do stuff. So all they got to do really is plug and play, and they should be all right. Because remember, Sean Payton allegedly fixed Drew Brees, so he should be able to fix Russell Wilson.
Gotcha. Dan, your thoughts on Sean Payton become the Denver Broncos' new head coach?
I don't know, dude. Like, they basically gave away the house for a quarterback and a coach.
And a coach.
And, yeah. So it's almost like the story of the Emperor's New Clothes. I don't know if these two were scamming the Waltons or what's gonna happen there. But man, as much as they got invested in these two, they better turn it around.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
No. That's basically my thought on this. Yes, Peyton's a hell of a coach. Can he get Russell back to the old Russell? If not, how long? Because they're basically married to Russell with that contract. So do you pay him all that money and sit him?
He's gonna fix him.
Yeah, but if he can't, then what?
He fixed Drew Brees, Dan.
Yeah, he better have a good craftsman set.
Let me go there. Dan, Eric, the angry one. Your thoughts?
2 words. Good luck.
Uh-oh.
Like you said, okay. He fixed Drew Brees, right? Drew Brees is probably, after Peyton Manning, the second best. I mean, decorated regular season quarterback. How many chips did they win? Okay.
One.
So, yeah. Even with the offense that they got, I think they still need to get another big time receiver. Just for those third down conversions. And they said, man, they got work to do. I mean, just because you plug in this guy and plug in that guy, that does not ultimately mean that you're going to run away and win a chip. This is not Madden. So we'll see. But good luck to him. I mean, you're not going to have another third round or higher pick until the year 30-42. So you better get it done.
So New Orleans will receive a 2023 first rounder, 2024 second rounder, and they also will be leveraging a third round selection, I believe in 2020.
Didn't they get a Russell Wilson cookbook too?
Nope. D-Dub, go ahead. Nope. I'm not messing with you. Nope.
Let's ride.
Hey, man, we shall see, man. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out, man. You gave up a lot of draft picks, and we never know with injuries and stuff like that. We'll see. It's a wait and see. He's going. One thing I can't say about this coach, Sean Payton, is that he comes from a good stock, Belichick, excuse me, Parcells tree. So, all them guys he's a good coach in New Orleans. So, I don't see why he's not going to do well in Denver. It's just as far as his players, they got to get through this probably the next 2 years with this, figure out with the draft picks and stuff like that. And, building. It's definitely going to be a team rebuild. You got Russell. Russell's what, 30-something years old? How old is he? 32? 34?
33.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many more years you got with him?
The quarterback's played so far. Stop it.
And if he reverts back again to what we seen this past year, then they're going to be looking to get rid of him quickly because he's not going to be able to do what he did and do it again. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to get the pass again. So he better come out playing well next year.
Shout out to Go Gadgets for chiming in and checking with us. He says if Hackett can win 5 games, I'm sure Sean Payton can win 11 and make the playoffs. So,
well,
not so fast.
I'll ask this question. Do you really think that this new ownership has dished out all this money and sent out all these picks just to make the playoffs? bigger than just playoffs, man. You got to deliver.
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, if you trying
saying,
to
compare
Payton to Hackett, like, just to make the, he can win 11 and make the playoffs.
Nah, it's bigger than that.
Bigger than that.
I mean, all right, let's look at it from an on-field perspective real quick. The Broncos, remember, the Broncos would have been like 12-0 if they offense would have scored 18 points last year. Come on. Sean Payton, who all he do is coach offense, he can't give them 18, 19 points.
He's not throwing the ball.
Yeah, but he's going to get some random tight end. Where do you think they got Taysom Hill from? He's going to get some random country boy from Nova Scotia somewhere that's going to run touchdowns in, and they're going to get their 20 points.
I'm not debating that, Mike. You can win 12 in a row. You can win 12 in a row in a regular season. What has the man done in the postseason is what I'm asking.
He got one. A lot of people don't got one. Remember Belichick and Brady.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, look at what they gave up. You're not giving all of that up just for one. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not great because I wanted him, but I'm just saying. That's all.
Yeah.
No mas.
Speaking of that, did you want it? What's your team doing over there?
Absolutely nothing. Have you heard me talk about them?
I just thought maybe you might have some more insight.
I think the GM is really taking his time trying to figure out what the imprint of this team how they want this team to look like going forward. And to be honest with you, y'all know car seat Kyler. I think he's on very thin ice. Just my opinion. I don't have no sources. No behind the scenes sources. That's
nobody told you nothing? Okay.
Nah. He's on thin ice. He's on fucking Call of Duty. He's playing Warzone right now.
And drinking Mountain Dew.
Well, he's on a thin Wi-Fi. He's on a thin server then. Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna get his own operator in the game.
Demeco Ryan, he was selected by the Texans as their next head coach.
There goes all that. The Texans is racist.
That's why they hired him, to prove they're not. But they're gonna fire him after the season, so it's gonna prove it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Hey man. Shout outs to Demeco Ryan. Congratulations, sir.
He got his first coaching gig, man.
That's right.
He had the Niners.
He got set up.
I mean, sometimes you take a gig for what? You take it for experience. So, I mean, do you keep saying no?
I mean, I get it. I mean, if that's what you know what you're signing yourself up for, then that's it. As long as you know what you going into, because we know. So
yeah, right. But at the same time, you got to look at it from his position. If he's confident in what he can do,
that's right.
How he can coach.
That's right.
Sometimes yes, the Texans are shitty, but if you think you can turn that shit around, and they're going to get a high draft pick, and they're going to probably get one of these good quarterbacks that are coming out, that could change shit in a hurry.
See, but that's what the last two guys did. They overachieved and they got put the hell out. So it's like,
I think he's got faith in himself and how he can coach. I mean, it may be a bust, but I'm hoping for the best for him and hoping that he can turn that shit around, because it'd be nice to see Texans, be worth a damn, because
maybe
too many of these teams.
About the Cowboys.
I mean, some of these teams in the NFL, like, for the Bengals for the longest time, this, Mikey, man, they won't pay nobody shit. They won't pay coaches shit. Marvin Lewis had that team for 15 years, and how many times did they go over 500? Because they wouldn't spend any fucking money. So hopefully he can turn that around and get that franchise on the right track and be competitive. Like a Cincinnati thing. No, I'm sorry. I interject. I said it sounds like a Cincinnati thing because the Reds do it also. The baseball team, they do it also. They're not in a huge market, but you're not going to bring in revenue if you suck every year.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Hey, Kev, real quick. Have you heard anything about Atlanta might want to look at Lamar Jackson? I haven't.
I keep hearing stuff like that, but there's nothing definitive about that.
Okay.
Also, I had in my notes here, Tua Tagovailoa, he has finally cleared concussion protocol. 5 weeks since he's played.
Shout out to
Good
him.
for him, man. Hopefully we'll see him on the field real soon.
Shout out
He
to
need to
him. That's all I
retire.
can say.
He needs to go with Tom Brady.
Man, just stay healthy.
You
You're going to be able to walk and talk when you're fucking 40.
He need to go.
Yeah.
It's just not it.
Yeah, so that was one of the things. Also in my notes, Matt Rhule, he is looking like he's seeking a arbitration suit against the Panthers because he looks like he ain't get some of his severance money. So that's going to arbitration. So yeah, Matt Rhule.
He stole from the Panthers for 3 years.
Say it again, Dan.
He stole from the Panthers the last 3 years.
There you go, sir. Yes, sir.
The freaking defensive coach won more games than he did.
I just
don't get it. I don't get it.
It's other things we missed. Well, we're going to revisit this next week because we do not have enough time. But I wanted to talk about NFL and NBA officiating. The last week with the Cincinnati and the Chiefs, that game, and then there was this outrage. I actually did a TikTok on it. This unspeakable, undeniable outrage of LeBron James getting fouled against the Celtics in a game. This past Sunday, and there's this. Oh my God, they didn't do that. It's part of the game. Fouls are called. Sometimes they're not called. And we were just going to unpack that, get into that about swallowing the whistle, letting them play. What's your thoughts? But we don't have enough time tonight to do it because our 90 minutes is up, and the guys' eyes, some of them are rolling their eyes.
What about that other one? That other story about this female basketball player playing against Little League. I seen half a story. I don't know.
I saw that. It was high school.
Oh, it was a
23-year-old coach that played to be somebody else that wasn't there, that was playing in a tournament somewhere else. She's playing on their team. Yeah, I saw the
video.
video.
We're doing now. Okay,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I gotta dig into that. I'll be looking into that.
I mean, you got 30-year-old men portraying to be 12 playing Little League. I mean, I guess you said why not?
Well, was it the college team of like 30-year-olds?
I mean, everybody do. I mean,
high
how
school?
many of them baseball dudes
that were on ESPN?
They 19. They be 37 coming from Cuba, playing in the league for 10 years.
What they say in sports, man, yo, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, I guess.
Close it out, Kev. Close it out.
Listen, we do investigative journalism over here, as you can see.
Oh, we got to figure that out.
All jokes aside, we really try to find out things, and we do the investigative part. That's what we're about, not about innuendos and stuff. We actually tried to find out and to see what's going on. Part shots real quick. I did mine already according to Mike, so I won't do mine. So I'll start off with Mike Mills. Part shots, Mike. What you got, bro?
Shout out to everybody tuning in, everybody chiming in. Shout out to my hairdresser, got me feeling like myself again. And shout out to everybody that's watching. Thank you for spending your 90 minutes with us this evening, and your 90 minutes with us next week, and your 90 minutes with us the week after that, and the last summer, February 24th.
Thank you, Mike. Mike album coming out. D-Dub, go ahead. What you got?
Dude is pimping. He said, shout out to my hairdresser. I look like myself. I love Mike Mills. It's my dude. Yo, I ain't got that heavy. Yo,
name the hairdresser name. What's the hairdresser name? Jeez.
Yeah.
IG.
I don't be saying women names because then it causes problems for me in the long run.
Don't do that.
So
just
shout
ask
out to my hairdresser.
We are not a relationship podcast. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, D-Dub. I'm sorry.
Yo, man, shout out to everybody. Yo, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We'll appreciate it all. Thank you for listening. And tell your friend, tell a friend, tell more friends about us. And we're just trying to do something.
And all be friends.
Yeah.
We can do this every Thursday.
Absolutely. And
yes.
We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna talk about the sports. To be honest with you, and I look around, looking at different podcasts. There's a lot of people that feel the same way that we feel about the games and everything that's going on. So we're gonna keep on doing what we do, and hopefully we could do some collabos with some people, and start talking about some things about what's going on, because this stuff in sports is different. It's not like how it used to be. So just trying to straighten things out and see if we could get it back, or if it's too far gone. But that's all I got, man. Yo, your fellas be good. Appreciate y'all.
The angry one, what you got for us, bro? Parting shots.
Yo, another great Thursday is in the books, man. Thanks everybody in the comments. Like to thank Mr. NBA, All NBA Ryan DeSouza for chiming in.
Yes.
Again, man, I appreciate your love and your tenacity for the sport, because I ain't got none of it. Yo, shout out to the Chasers, man. Shout out to the Chasers. Love you guys, man. Every Thursday we have something to talk about, even though we talk about it all week, but you know what I mean. Yo, man, same old, man. Yo, man, everybody look out for your fellow man, woman, and child, man. We could change some things together, man. You know what I'm saying? Takes one, though. It takes one. But y'all be safe. Shout out to the DA. Hope you feel better, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
And yeah, man, we'll see y'all next week, man.
No doubt. Dan, the toxic one, the hockey dude.
Hey, like he said, shout out to Dorian. Hope you feel better, buddy. Thanks for all those that were listening, chiming in the chat, even Lackey. But you know, it was a good, fun, spirited conversation.
Yes,
great show. You know, appreciate you all. Everybody, take care.
Appreciate you, Dan. Like I said, Mike said I used up my parting shots in the beginning of the show. But I do got one other plug, and this is an important plug though, for real. Hey, no 4th and short this coming Monday because ain't no football on, right? So ain't no need to belabor the point. But on the 10th, on February 10th, you'll see all 6 of us live in the studio together. That is going to be fire. That's going to be fun. It's going to be funny too. So
what day?
I'm sorry.
13th.
Okay, the 13th. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say 10th,
I
man.
was about to say we
That's
ain't
what
about to talk about
looking
Friday,
late.
bro.
That
Start
one.
looking around like, whoa.
Hold up. You trying to mess up my tomorrow? Anyway,
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me start over again. February 13th, Monday. The Super Bowl's on the 12th. 4th and short will be on February the 13th.
Fourth and long as fuck.
Yes, it's going to be long. That's
it
right.
will be long as shit.
Yes, it's going to be long. So tune in. Please remember to hit the like button, click the subscribe button. You tune into us. Those are listening in the sound of my voice, but also on all major podcast platforms, anything from Apple to Spotify. We're on there. We're doing the thing. Shout out to our our podcast. I can't even think about host, Podatage. Thank you guys for their support and doing what we do over here, helping us support, man. But like I said, I ain't got anything else. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Take care of
Donovan
yourself.
Mitchell is about to be suspended, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
For what?
For being an NBA player in Cleveland.
Yeah.
God.
I just seen something just happen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
He was trying.
I'm pretty
breaking
sure
news. I'm sorry. It's probably
breaking news.
Yeah, we'll see.
On behalf
See
of
if he gets
myself, hey,
suspended.
DA, get better. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Owan, your host and moderator, Mike Mills, D-Dub, Dan the Toxic One, or the Hockey Dude, whatever you want to call him, James the Angry One. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast. Thanks for everybody watching and tuning in. Y'all be good, be blessed. Peace.
February 20th.